Alrighty. Are you doing the intro this time or me? It's been a minute since we've
I
actually.
can do it.
We can do it. All right.
Yeah, it has been.
Oh wow, yeah, it's been a hot second. All right. Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Daffy. Today we are here with my brother, my cohort, my co-host for today, Yume, otherwise known as Yumasuke's Library. Say hi to the people, man.
Hello.
Yes. So lots of stuff to talk about, man. It's how long has it been since we've done like a one-on-one like podcast thing?
We've only done that twice.
It's
Last time I could check.
Yeah, there was one. It was like a fall of 2022, and then there was another one before or after that. It was I don't
November
remember.
14th. No, wait, was it November 14th?
Was that right? Hmm.
Yeah, 2020. That's last year. Wow. That's over a year ago.
Oh yeah, so it's been a grip. It's definitely been a minute. So yeah, again, lots of stuff to talk about. So the first thing I kind of want to talk about was this whole Mappa situation going on in the production of Jujutsu Kaisen. Obviously, for those that don't know, the animators for Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 have been speaking out against the inhuman conditions that they've been working with, and the absolutely horrible production schedules. They've been saying that they're finishing up production like hours beforehand, before the show goes live and everything like that. And there's actually been a pretty large amount of support coming in for the animators at this time, which is honestly, I don't know. I feel like this situation has more eyes on it than it usually does, right?
I guess so. But I mean, this problem has been an issue for a very long time. I think it was back in 2018. I remember Digibro and Forever World were like having a beef over this because they were talking about how to fix the industry, and Digibro was like, just tear it all down, and Forever World's like, that's stupid. We gotta increase the working conditions. So people were trying to come up with a solution, and that was years ago. And then the problem still exists today. So like, I don't think it, honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I don't think it's ever gonna be fixed because the way how many anime come out each year and how fast they put them out, I don't see how you can fix it. I don't see how you can fix it
Well, I mean,
without
like,
shutting down
so
anime.
right, and I think so. Obviously, we know that like it's been a meme for a long time, but obviously it's very serious. That Japan, the work culture there, it's totally different than it is in the West. Like you can't unionize, you can't like do like walkouts or anything like that. Like if you try to walk out of a studio or some shit like that, like you will be blacklisted for your life. You will never get another job like in the animation industry ever again, right? Even if you try to freelance. Like it's wild. I believe I was reading something and they said there was like some sort of like democratic like uprising or something like that in the 60s in Japan, and it just got smoked. Like that they got control of that real quick. It really sucks because people talk about, hey, well, why don't they just start a union, and is there anything we can do in the West? But like you said, I mean, there's nothing we can really do over here. I mean, obviously, like I was telling people my last video, obviously, if you see any of these people, right, thank them for their very hard work on social media and everything like that. But it's bad, man. It's really bad. There was I want to say it was 4 or 3 episodes of Jujutsu Kaisen season 2. It was the Dagon versus everybody else fight. It was before his fight with Toji, and the episode looked rougher. It still looked pretty good, but it did look rougher. The storyboarding was a little weird. There were some missing cuts here and there. It's a little slower. But the episode director was having a breakdown for like, I want to say like 2 days straight after that aired. They were talking about how they felt like a failure and that they weren't
I
worthy
think I
of.
saw a little of that.
I made a video on it. But they talk about like how they weren't worthy of their work being shown, and just all this stuff. And it's so sad, man. And it's crazy because these people care so much about like their passion and all this, and like from an outside perspective, like bro, like the last episode, right, like Sukuna versus Mahoraga looked phenomenal. I sent you that one clip of Mahoraga walking through the slashes, like it looks absolutely phenomenal. And then the episode, like all the animators were saying that episode should not have released, it was unfinished. They said it was 30% to completion and it got released. Like bro, if that's their 30%, like what's their 20? What's their 15? What's their 10, right? Like it's like leagues above all these other projects. And it's crazy. And it sucks that these people can't, like it to the common eye, it looks amazing, it looks fantastic, but these people they're scared to put this kind of stuff in their resumes and all that. It's just sad.
Yeah, it reminds me of how what's happening here in the West with like VFX artists. Like they're getting barely any time to actually do the VFX. Like if you've seen Thor: Love and Thunder, like a lot of people were making fun of the visual effects. It's because like the people kept changing the script and changing, doing reshoots, and then like they gave them barely any time to actually fix what was needed to be fixing before the movie actually came out.
Dude, Marvel was notorious for that. There's a bunch of companies that
still
refuse.
are.
Yeah, there's a bunch of companies that refuse to work for them. I remember reading about this like a year ago. You know, like I don't know if you're like on like comic book Twitter, all that, but there's always clips from the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, and it is like the most like high res, like smooth 60 FPS, some of the best CGI I've ever seen. Like, and they will like just spam these clips, right? They look like they're on like Best Buy display TVs, but then with a lot of these like the current Marvel stuff, it doesn't look like that, right? It's because they're pumping out so many projects. Like No Way Home, I have some thoughts about that movie, but like the effects were not all that great, man. It sucks. Like, dude, even look at like 2007 Transformers, like Michael Bay Transformers, the CGI was crazy. They went crazy. Even like Michael Bay Ninja Turtles, right? Crazy CGI. Yeah. And you look at it now, it's just like, bro, what? Like, how are we regressing? Like,
not enough time.
It's crazy because you look at how fast CGI improved. Look at like CGI from 2000 to 2007 when the Michael Bay Transformers were released to like CGI and like a lot of blockbuster like Marvel movies now. It's like huh? Dude, even look like The Flash, right? Like whoa, like bro, dude, The Flash. I don't know, man. I politics with Ezra Miller aside, I didn't like the movie too much. I definitely feel like Supergirl was underutilized. You liked it? You rocked with it?
Yeah.
Did Batman feel like a clown to you? I definitely feel like Batman was a caricature of himself.
In
it was
the
really
beginning,
weird.
he was definitely a joke, but then like when he started fighting, he was kind of cool.
Oh yeah, he was definitely competent later on, but I don't know. It felt like I felt like there was like a. You know, like how like they have the scrolls and like they're like impersonating somebody. I feel like that was like a scroll inside of Bruce Wayne's body, bro. Like that did not feel like Bruce Wayne. And I'm not saying Bruce Wayne's got to be doom and gloom brooding all the time, but just like, oh, it was real weird.
I'm gonna use that insult,
dude. I don't know. It felt off. The humor didn't really land for that for me as well. But I don't know. I don't know. As far as like I'm not gonna like sit here and like shit on modern Marvel for hours and hours and hours because there's way bigger channels that do a way better job of it than I do. But it's just like I don't know, like superhero. Like let's get this out of the way. Superhero fatigue does not exist. It's not a thing.
Does not exist. I hate that term because it's just a cop out. It's a cop out of bad writing. It's like, oh, well, it's not like we're writing bad. It's just that people are tired of it.
No, they're not
tired of it if you are writing it well.
Exactly. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was pretty good, actually. It was actually pretty good. People loved that movie.
Exactly.
Across the Spider-Verse did phenomenal at the box office. Like, what? Like, nah, dude. Nah, you can't hide behind, like, oh, you just don't like us because you're a meanie weenie. Like, no. Like, your script sucks. The formula's tired, right? And the thing is, a lot of these companies, they know what they know what we want, right? But they're catering to I feel like they're catering to an audience that does not exist, dude. It's just like, so Daredevil, the original Netflix Daredevil, is one of my favorite shows of all time, right? I love that show to death. I think it's fantastic.
I actually just recently watched 2 and 3.
Fantastic. Season 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Season 3, pressure. We're very good, very good. But obviously, like the hardcore, TVM Netflix superhero shows, those were allowed to like do a little more, obviously get a little more intimate with these character moments, and they were mature. They weren't gory, they weren't edgy, but they were mature stories. Obviously have violence and language and all that kind of stuff. But it was never like The Boys, right? Like, it was never like gratuitous, right? And people know, and they know what we want, right? Like, bro, so like Kingpin bashing someone's head in, like by a dumpster or something like that, like the new Echo trailer. I'm trying to see that, and they know we're trying to see that. And that's why they I don't know why they just like they cock teased us for years after that whole deal went through, because they knew they were like, oh well, we don't really know what some of these other fans are gonna do. So we're gonna sprinkle in some of these Disney shows. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. Like, bro, no one, like, dude, like WandaVision was okay, right? I actually liked Falcon and Winter Soldier. I think that show's actually pretty overhated. Loki was boring, season 1, and I tried watching season 2 for like first 45 minutes. I'm bored out of my skull. It's just like I don't know, man. Like, just it's crazy because I don't even think She-Hulk was that bad either. I actually enjoyed She-Hulk, which is like kind of a hot take.
I enjoyed it ironically because I was watching it with a friend and we were just kind of like roasting it.
I mean, dude, I'm not, like, the whole point of the show is not take it seriously, right? And like, I'm not like sitting here like analyzing every single thing. It was fun for what it was. I didn't really mind.
I mean,
right?
I don't think it was like complete garbage. I mean, I don't think it was good, but it wasn't like, oh man, this is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah,
it wasn't like Velma bad. I've seen clips of Velma and I feel like I'm gonna have a seizure just trying to watch it.
Self-hate the show.
Disgusting,
dude. That shit is crazy. Like, can you imagine if like Fillmore, like his whole shtick was just like hating being black the entire time. Like, can you imagine, dog? Can you imagine the entire thing in Fillmore, the show is just him just like chasing after white girls and just like cutting his hair because he hates the way his hair looks. Like, just, can you imagine, bro? I just,
where did that come from?
Dude, like, that's the whole thing with Mindy, whatever her face is,
Mindy Kaling.
Yeah, with like her, just like she hates me. That's the whole thing. She hates being Indian.
Really,
dude. If you look her up. In a lot of her roles and everything that she directs, she talks about being the ugly Indian girl and liking quote unquote white culture and all these different things. Man, it's so weird. There was this content creator. I forgot his name. If I can find it, I'll link it. But he had a phenomenal video on it. Damn, I gotta send it to you later. But it was like a 45-minute video, like talking about like how Indian folks are perceived in media. It was actually a really, really good video, but it was just like, dude,
I think I might have gotten that recommended.
Yeah, I don't know who these people in the writers' room and these like studio executives are catering to. Like, I don't know. Like, people are pretty vocal about what they want. Now, granted, like, obviously, sometimes the fans are wrong. Sometimes people don't know what they want. It can be predictable, But I'm just like, dude, they're just pumping out some shit. I'm like, who is this for? You know?
Yeah, it's like you need to get better writers and people who have like a better pulse on what audiences actually desire.
I mean, bro, I will tell you, as a Spider-Man fan, do you realize how like stomach churning it was watching that Madam Web trailer?
No, I don't.
Dog. I'm telling you, there is nobody, and I mean nobody, that was asking for a Madam Web movie in the past 35 to 40 years. No one has asked for a Madam Web movie. No one has asked for a Silk movie. No one has asked for a Craven movie. But Sony is, I legit don't know what's wrong with them. Like, I every day I just like wake up for two things. I wake up for like a meteor just strike the earth so we can just start over fresh. Like, no electricity, like no life forms, like no cities, no nothing. We just gotta start from scratch so we can just like start over. And I also pray that Sony goes bankrupt every day. You know what I mean? Just like,
that's crazy,
dude. I'm joking, but only on half. But dude, I just like, well, how are you gonna have all of these Spider-Man centric themes and Spider-Man centric stories with no Spider-Man, dog? It don't make sense.
I mean, the thing is, if your pen game is just really that good, you can make a movie about anything. But like, no one trusts these people to actually carry through on the movie.
Exactly. Like, bro, everyone knows about Morbius. The first Venom was okay, could have been better. I had very high expectations for Venom 2. That kind of let me down. But I thought it was okay for what it was. But I'm just, dude, it feels like we're wasting time, dude. Like, I want to see Spider-Man interact with his rogues gallery more, man. Like, it's fucking annoying. Ugh.
Did you hear the news about Spider-Man 4?
No, what happened?
They said it will be another multiverse movie, and I saw some tweets like, "Can we just have
Oh,
like a normal Spider-Man movie where he fights a villain?"
bro, take it back to street level. Have him fight like, dude, God. I know they're trying to set up for Secret Wars and all that, and the whole Kang
Nah, they
situation.
need to scrap it. They need to blow up everything.
Yeah, well, allegedly after Secret Wars, they're doing like a soft slash hardish reset or something. I have no idea. Allegedly, they're also getting rid of Kang. I don't know how true that is because that was from somebody who I guess worked on a project but isn't currently. So I don't know how true that is, but moving on from Marvel hate because I will go on and on and on for hours and hours and hours. So earlier, I think I texted y'all. We're talking about anime villains and like new gen anime villains, and you said something that I thought was pretty interesting. You said something along the lines of new gen anime villains not having enough sauce or something like that. What did you
They
say?
don't stand for things as much anymore.
Like, what do you mean?
Like if I ask, have you seen Yu Yu Hakusho?
I have not. That's on my list, but I have not.
You've seen Naruto though, right?
Shut the fuck up.
Okay, no. If I ask you, what does Madara stand for? Would you be able to answer that?
Smoke. He has Spanish for smoke. He wanted his one-on-one versus Hashirama. He honestly wasn't that just power? Honestly, it was like at the end of the day, it
He
wasn't
had a
just
deeper philosophy of wanting. He thought the real world was too unfair, and he wanted to like start with the dream world, which is why he wanted to do the Eye of the Midnight Plan. And a lot of villains are like that. Like even in One Piece, even in Bleach, Aizen, you think he's just some guy who's just really cool and just wants to be king, but he actually thought that the world was unfair. He didn't like the way the Soul King was operating, and he wanted to change that. He wanted to become the Soul King. So like he actually had something that he stood for. And if you look at a lot of the villains, you look at the villains in One Piece, even some of the ones in Fairy Tail, villains in Magi, they all like really, not all of them, but like the great ones, they stood for something. But if you look at the villains now, they don't stand for as much. Like some villains in Hero Academia, they do, like Hero Killer Stain, Overhaul, and Gentle. But a lot of them in the new gen, they don't do that.
I hear what you're saying about that. Yeah, it's so interesting because I was typing the script out for a video coming later, and it took me a second to think about like new gen villains that I really vibed with, and I named off a couple, but I was just sitting there and I was just like, damn, I was like past like five-ish years, I was kind of struggling, right? And obviously I said, some of your more notable ones, like Makima, the Anti-Spiral. I even said like Dracula from Castlevania, right? I know it's not technically an anime, whatever. But it's so weird because
Wait, Anti-Spiral is a new gen?
I mean, Gurren Lagann was like what, 08, 09, some shit like that. Like it wasn't like that long ago.
I don't know if that's a new gen. I thought new gen would be like past 2010 or something.
Yeah. But I mean, like within like relative old. I mean, I guess I'm old, so I guess that's newer to me ish. So I guess that counts. But yeah, I mean, like even like again, like past 5 years. You know what I mean? Like, obviously Sukuna, right? I have that video, obviously that people loved. Kenjaku video coming up soon, but I've like we had the blueprint. Right, like early 2000s, mid 90s, right? Like you talk about like anime villains, you're talking about like Arlong Park, you're talking Frieza, Cell, you're talking Zabuza, right? All these like really good villains. It's just that nowadays, I don't know if they have sauce like that. Like you have
They
some.
don't.
You have some here and there, but even like Chainsaw Man Part 2, like who's even the antagonist of Chainsaw Man Part 2 besides like the
I don't
War
read
Devil?
that anymore. I dropped that. We're abstaining from that nonsense.
I forgot the degeneracy, the manga. I forgot.
Nah, it just got bad. I was actually reading it for a good portion. I actually supported it. I was like, yo, this is actually good. It's part 2. And then when they did the what's it called, Amnesia, bro, I hate Amnesia in stories because it's just an excuse to restart and just like stretch out the story. And once they did that Amnesia, I was not feeling it. I'm like, I'm done. And then there was more degeneracy. Star sent me a page of this one clip that they said something. I'm like, nah, I'm not coming back.
Wasn't it like a Denji like flying through the air? He's like, I want to have sex or some shit like that. Oh no, I was like,
No,
I like
it
lick
had
your
to do with
butthole or
tongues.
something.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. I saw that. I don't know. I was trying to get into Chainsaw Man Gaiden or whatever it's called. And I don't know. Like it just when they shifted away from Denji, it was kind of weird to me. And I know obviously Asa is a pretty revered character. Actually, I know a lot of people love her.
Oh yeah, I loved her too.
Yeah, I know you had that one video on your channel. It's actually I think the highest on your
I
channel.
forgot about that. No, but like seriously, I thought she was actually well written, and then the amnesia happened, and I was like, nah.
Yeah, nah, I don't know. But it's like okay, so like let's look at why a lot of these older villains they stuck, right? So obviously when people talk about anime villains, Aizen is like one of the first ones to pop up in people's heads, right? Now, why? So like
I say
Aizen,
Swagger.
you said what now?
I would say Swagger.
Oh yeah, no, dude, he was yeah, he had that overwhelming charisma, right? And not just that, but he like actually he backed it up, right? Like even when when they went to Heiko Mundo, what are they called? I forget.
Arankars?
Yeah, the Arankars, like yeah, like they like respected him out of his pure physical strength, not just his like his his spiritual energy, but his physical strength was like a whole different tier, right? And like even when he was talking to Rukia, like it was almost she thought he was almost like seducing her in a way with just like the way he was talking and all this stuff. And he has that speech after he starts getting imprisoned by Urahara, and he's talking about like the Soul King. He's like, y'all have the nerve to worship that thing. It's disgusting. It's filthy, and all. It's actually really, really like that speech. But just all this stuff. Now, granted, I do think that he was kind of a chump as soon as he absorbed the Hogyoku. Like he just didn't use like any of his techniques whatsoever. It just became a battle of brute strength, which kind of pissed me off. But
yeah.
But no, man, I definitely think he again, like I know this word is starting to get like thrown around a lot recently, but like aura, right? He had it. Yes.
I just found out about this word recently. I'm like, I don't want to see this again, bro.
Yes, Aizen had the aura, bro. He had the sauce. He did. I mean, look, like Zabuza.
He had that swagger.
Yeah, Zabuza, right? Cold, ice cold, bro. I remember vividly as a kid. I was like 5'6", seeing him on Tenchi Bridge run through all those thugs, that the kunai in his back, just his mouth running through them, and he stabs Geese something. Gato, yes, he's Gato. He stabs Gato. He's like, I'll see you in hell. He takes him up, bro. That's wrong, bro. That's wrong. That's
the manga,
so sick.
He cut his head off.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Let me see. Let me look at that real quick. Hold on. Because let me see. Zabuza kills Gato manga. Let me see. I'm curious.
I definitely think swagger is the main element that's missing. It's just like that untouchable X factor.
I mean, like, I feel like Garo's coming pretty close, right? I feel like Garo's pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. Garo got that swagger too.
Yeah. I mean, like people like, I mean, even like people like a while ago, they're talking about like, yo, in a strictly one-on-one, like all stats equal, they're both like humans or whatever like that, who would win, Garo or Goku? And like, I think Goku would win, but I think it'd be very interesting to see. I think I would love to see that fight. I don't think it would be a wash or anything like that. Because they're both, they have that like adaptability.
I guess you can wait for Death Battle to do that because they like milking Goku.
I don't give a fuck about Death Battle, bro. I don't give a shit.
Really? They're like the #1 premier power scalers. Ain't that what you do?
I don't power scale. I don't do that kind of stuff. I don't do that. I don't do that stuff. I don't know what you're talking about. That's slander. All right, you're gonna leave me alone. I am not a power scaler. That's false. Okay. Yeah, listen. You've been on.
What are you saying?
You've been on my head about this power scaling shit, saying that I walked back my Sukuna support and all this. I never did any of that. Never did any of that. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but no, I mean, like most of the power scaling community, they get like pretty anal about a lot of shit that doesn't matter. Like, I mean, there's that quote, right? It's like, if you put like two characters together, who would win? It just depends what the writer wants to do, right?
That's what Stan Lee said.
Yeah. Stan Lee, yeah. But I mean, Death Battle in general, like I watched them a lot as a kid, but there were some matchups that were just weird. I think it was like Gaara versus Toph one. I heavily disagreed with. I don't remember who
that
won.
Made me so mad. Toph won.
Toph won? Nah.
Because like Gaara didn't use the Shikaku at all. They put Toph at her peak, and they put Gaara like just somewhere in the middle. I'm like, what are you doing? Like Toph aged to an old woman. Why didn't you use old woman Toph, but you didn't use like peak Gaara, like part 2 Gaara, where he had the Shikaku? Like that was ridiculous to me.
That don't make no sense. And wouldn't Gara had like the iron whatchamacallit with his
They put the gold sand in it so
gold
that Toph
sand.
could manipulate it. You could have easily just rewinded Gara back to before he had that, but you know they wanted Toph to win that.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like Toph is strong, yeah, but no, there ain't no way. But I don't know. So back to the whole anime villains thing. So it's like, why is Frieza such revered as like a great anime villain, right? Because he's easy
He
to
has
hate.
that swagger.
Exactly. He's so easy to hate, right? He's got like what? He has I think part of it is his design and his voice, right? And like Akira Toriyama at his peak has some fantastic designs that stuck with you and they're so distinctive. Like you could see a drawing like, oh, that's Akira Toriyama, easy, right? All day, right? Like you look at like some of the stuff in Dragon Ball Super, you're kind of like, is that Akira Toriyama? I don't really know. But I mean, Frieza, they Cell. I quite enjoy Cell. I kind of enjoy Cell over Frieza. I'm gonna be honest.
I do too. He has more swagger, more aura, as you would say.
Yeah, I mean, Plankton. I went to college. You know what I mean? Him. I saw that clip for the first time actually of Cell saying "oh shit" when he got hit by Vegeta's final flash. I didn't know that was in the official dub.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I was like, I saw it and I'm like, this has to be a joke. And I actually looked it up. I was like, no way. But yeah, I mean, it said like Ino in the OG Naruto. I think it was a Shikamaru versus some. No, it wasn't Shikamaru. It was
Tamari.
It was just Tamari. He was like, take that bitch down or something.
Yeah, she swore. I saw
Yeah.
Naruto Uncensored. I love those clips.
Yeah, I was like, bro, well, they said that? What?
They didn't say that on Toonami.
Yeah, nah. Anime censorship actually is that even a thing really anymore outside of like Japan or like
There are a few like Funimation censors, like where they in the dub they like change the words and like people got mad at that, but it's very rare. Well, I don't watch that many dubs either, but like things that stand out that people talk about, it's rare.
I don't know, man. I much prefer Malevolent Kitchen, bro.
What is? Oh, that's what you mean, like the titles.
No, I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that, but yeah. Nah, dude. When I was watching that episode, like I was enjoying myself thoroughly, like jumping in my chair and shit. And then I saw Malevolent Kitchen. I said, "What the hell is that?"
Wait, they actually said that?
Yes, dude. For like 2 hours, it was like 2-3 hours. They had Malevolent. They changed the names of Sukuna's. It wasn't Dismantle and Cleave. It was like Dissect and like Slice or something, and it was Malevolent. Oh, I'm sorry, it was Dissect and Fillet, and his domain expansion was called Malevolent Kitchen, and then Mahoraga was Makoro for some reason. Now apparently,
I saw that.
Now apparently that is how it's pronounced in Japanese. It's how it's like allegedly written or something like that, but it's actually Mahoraga. I don't know.
But they write it the original. No, because that's the Japanese translation of the original, which I believe is in Sanskrit, and in Sanskrit is Mahoraga.
Okay. Yeah. But they end up changing a letter because they're just getting like cooked. It's actually pretty funny because people still get pretty butthurt by the dimming effects. Now, granted, I get why they're annoying.
I hate them, bro.
I hate them too. But I mean, if less people have seizures, I think it's an overall net positive.
I mean, just don't make the screen bright to begin with, because they make it bright and then they dim it. Just don't make it bright.
You just have it like just a one set brightness like the entire time, like just one like.
I prefer to dimming, absolutely, because I remember Fairy Tail did that in like 2014, and it angered me every time Natsu, the main character, would use his flames. The screen would get darker.
I don't know. I feel like. I mean, I guess it'd be pretty hard to have like seizure warnings, but I'm sure there's like. Eventually, we'll get to a point where, like, hey, if you're prone to epilepsy, there's a setting you can turn on your account where you can get a warning if this episode has blah blah blah. I'm sure eventually we'll get to that point. It doesn't really bother me as much.
Seizure warning at the start.
Yeah. And I think a lot of American shows do that. I know a lot of movies do as well.
Incredibles 2 didn't.
Oh my god, bro, dude, that made my head hurt. Whatever, like the hypnotism, dude. I remember watching that movie, dude. I got a headache so quick. I was like, bro, what is going on? But I don't know. It doesn't bother me as much. I remember it was Toji when he was fighting Dagon. As soon as the screen dimmed, I was like, "Oh, they about to go crazy!" Like I actively get hype looking for it now. I'm like, "They're dimming that screen. They about to go nuts." How do you feel about this new wave of people seeing like quality animation and calling it AI?
I actually saw that. It was Maharaga walking, the one that you said.
It was the one Maharaga walking. And It was one of Luffy powering up in Gear 5 for the second time.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why they think people would. It's so stupid. I mean, I understand when you see art and you're like, is that AI art? Because like AI art is very popular now. But when you're looking like at a professional studio and you're questioning if it's AI art, it feels a little disrespectful, or especially if you just say this is AI art before like ever doing any kind of research. It's like these people are working their butts off to get their skill to a level that it looks so professional, and you're out here saying, yeah, you didn't do that, you just put it into like a plugging system or something like that.
It was like when people, it was like the first episode of Chainsaw Man when Denji actually, transformed, and people were saying it was like CGI and all this, and then Mappa actually showed the Genga for it. They should like showed like the whole like animation process. That was crazy. They put that up quick. It was within like 6 hours of like everybody saying like it looked bad and all this, and they actually like put it out. It was nuts.
I don't like the stigma against CG as well.
Oh, me neither.
Because I feel like if it looks good, it doesn't matter if it's CG or not.
Speaking of that, I was actually surprised that Ultimate Mechamaru was not CGI. I was fully prepared for it, and it wasn't. I was like, oh wait, that's actually pretty sick. But yeah, like
that's
I mean,
interesting.
Yeah, I mean, dude, as a person that's been watching anime for a long time, obviously, like I know there's gonna be some CGI in there because there's a lot of shit in there that's very hard to animate. That's why Cell didn't make a second appearance after the Cell games and all that, because the animators don't want to draw his spots. And I'm actually convinced, this a small conspiracy theory I have. I'm convinced that Superhero was 100% CGI because of Cell Max. There's no way. See, I don't think that Toei would take a risk unless it was just because of that one thing. Because Cell Max was such a big part of the movie. I don't know.
I wouldn't mind completely CGI movies as long as they get the CGI to a level where it looks like anime.
Oh yeah. I mean, obviously, people meme on Berserk 2016 or whatever. But I mean, Superhero looks good in some scenes, but some scenes it definitely looked like a PS2 cutscene, and I was kind of like, ugh. But I mean, overall, dude, like in general, I do not mind CGI whatsoever. It doesn't really bother me, especially when it looks good. Like a lot of people were talking about JoJo Part 7 and the horses, the horse races. Racing is such a big part of that series. The horses are probably going to be CGI, obviously, because horses and animals in general can be kind of hard to animate. But I mean, I'm gonna be honest,
I don't think so. I don't think I've seen JoJo ever use CGI.
I'm saying
I would be pleasantly surprised if they do.
I'm saying moving forward.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it's just I don't see it.
I don't think, off the top of my head, I don't remember JoJo using CGI for,
except in the intros. That's it, but that's not during the show. Man, that's a stylistic choice.
Yeah, it's a stylistic choice, man. That's different. In the actual show. No, there's one. I think it was like part 4 or something. Something with CGI. I don't remember. Oh, it's gonna bug me. Oh, if anyone sees this and they know what I'm talking about, it's either part 4 or part 5. Something with CGI. I don't remember what it was, but no, definitely there's a heavy stigmatism against it, right? People are like, oh my god, my immersion. Nah, I kind of don't care, and it's wild because honestly, dude, would it be appropriate to say that like we've kind of
take it back? Part 6 did use CGI. The Dragon Dream.
Yes,
that was all CGI.
Yes. The thing that was like flying around and like had them hallucinating. Yeah. That was CGI. But again, I didn't mind it. I think it actually kind of worked to it. But do you think we've like hit an apex with animation as far as like what's possible?
We hit that a while ago. I think 2010, either 2010 Sword Art Online or Kimi no Nawa, Your Name. Those two were the moments where I was like, yeah, I don't think animation is getting any better than this.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know how much pencils can do, dog.
AOT as well. The Levi Candy chase scene, I was like,
dude, I remember, dude, when I tell you the block was hot when that episode came out, dog, I mean, that clip was everywhere. I mean, dude, what was it, 2017, 2018?
I don't really remember.
Levi versus Kenny, dude, that episode was crazy. There's specifically that scene where he's like, it's Levi in that alley and he slides on that like wooden thing and he like has like a bridge under him or something, dude. That was crazy.
And he has a spiral hook.
Yes.
Yeah, that was 4 years ago.
Yeah, 4 years ago. Oh, I'm old. Oh my god, wild, absolutely wild. It's funny. So I'll ask you, after seeing the latest Jujutsu Kaisen episode, how'd you feel about the animation? Because I loved it.
I mean, strictly speaking about the animation, I thought it was good. It reminded me of Pain versus Naruto, but a lot more like smoother. And,
dude,
like the art looked better and less silly.
Dude, I remember niggas used to slander the fuck out of that Pain versus Naruto episode. They said it was the worst episode in animation in the series. But it was really just a stylistic choice, and it's just the animator that they chose. But it's now
that was questionable, not the animation.
Yeah, it was the style, because if Naruto had done stuff like that before, it's like, okay, like, you know, like I think it fit. It's quality animation. It's very, very good. Like you have the, you know, people meme that Pain panel is like, my pain is greater than yours. They punch the ground. Yeah. You know what I mean? But like the actual movement and like the stretchiness of it, like it looks great. It just didn't fit the tone of Naruto. It had never been shown before.
Of that specific fight.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, can you imagine if they showed like that during like the Itachi versus Sasuke fight, or like, and my favorite animated fight in Naruto is actually both of them are actually Sasuke. It's Sasuke versus Orochimaru when he unlocks his second Toma.
Oh, in the Chunin exams.
Yeah, he's like, I can see, and he's like running, and he sees like Orochimaru running around, and then it's Sasuke versus Deidara. I don't know why. I think they outsourced it to a different. Fire. Dude, oh my god, it was phenomenal. I don't know if they outsourced it to a different studio or something, but it looked great. Like, it looked really crisp. I don't know. I know people talk about like Demon Slayer. Okay, before I continue, have you noticed there's a thing that's happening with Demon Slayer when people are talking about like Demon Slayer having the best animation out of all new gens and and comparing Demon Slayer's animation to other things? They always compare Tengen versus Gyutaro, and they compare nothing from season 3. No, I mean, I have not seen a single clip from season 3 get talked about in these discussions. It's always Tengen versus Gyutaro. Why do you think that is?
Because it was the best looking fight.
You think it was the best looking?
Because season 3 doesn't look good.
Season 3 doesn't look good. Now, obviously,
I'm guessing. I haven't seen season 3.
You ever seen season 3? Really?
I mean, I read the manga, but I just did not feel motivated to watch the anime.
Well, I mean, it's the weakest arc in the show, or in the manga, excuse me. But nah, man. I mean, like there were definitely a lot of really, really good moments. Muichiro had some good stuff.
Wait, so then why'd they only use season 2?
I don't know why people keep. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I thought you were quizzing me.
No. Legit. No, I'm saying like people are. I was asking your opinion because people, when they talk about like Demon Slayer's animation and all this kind of stuff, they always use Tengen versus Gyutaro is what I'm saying, but they don't ever use anything from season 3. Now, obviously, I had that video a while back. I was talking about like how season 3 was kind of like mid. I hate using that word, but it was kind of mid, right? Kanronji is like okay as a Hashira. I don't really feel any particular way kind of about her. I think Muichiro is boring. Like even when he got his memories back, I think he was just vaguely nice or something. Like he didn't like you had all these bombastic personalities, and then he's just kind of average. And I was like, I didn't really feel a certain type of way. And also number 4 sucks, or whatever the fish one was. He just sucks. But that nigga was lame as shit. You punch me and I turn into a fish, dog. Nah, that ain't it.
I also don't think Demon Slayer has the best animation. I made a video about it before, but I think it's just the art and not actually the animation. Like they have a bunch of flashiness going on. They have like gradients, a bunch of different like textures, bright lights. But if you actually look at the animation, like if you looked at the Genga, it was like, I think it would look pretty good compared to other Sakuga, but I don't think it would be like elite. Like I think World Trigger has better Sakuga. I think AOT has better Sakuga. I think Boruto has better Sakuga.
I see what you're saying. So they do a lot of work with the 3D backgrounds. And they have a lot of those digital effects, like the fires and all that. I think it looks good. I think it looks very good. But I know
I don't think it looks good, but I don't
Yeah.
think it's like the best. It's not mind blowing to me because I can see past that. I can see like what
know
the
what you're
actual
saying.
animation looks like.
I feel what you're saying. There's there's a specifically something like the speed lines. Demon Slayer uses a lot of speed lines. Specifically, there's one. It's one of my favorite. It was one of my favorite moments, like animation wise. It was when Tanjiro was fighting Daki, and he like recoils back, and you see like he's like Hinokami Kagura. You see the flame come from his mouth. I really like the sound and the animation of that. But like a lot of the speed lines are present. To give it more movement and momentum, but like in the actual shot, there's not a lot of movement going on. So I feel what you're saying on that. But I don't know. I definitely think the Demon Slayer's animation is very, very good. I think the color palette,
Oh yeah, for sure,
I think the color palette helps it out a lot. It's very bright. It's very in your face. It's not muted at all. And so I think definitely helps it like pop out on the screen for your average viewer. But I don't know. So I did want to ask you about this. So recently you had a video that you put out talking about the ending of Attack on Titan. I took a look at some of those comments. They were not letting you live, brother. My brother, they was trying to saute
Honestly,
you up.
it was half and half.
They're trying to saute you up, pan sear you, cook you. What was going on, bro?
I mean, that's just AOT fanboys. I mean, everyone has their opinion on something, and that's fine. My only problem is like when you start getting angry at me for having my opinion and you start insulting me, like just tackle my arguments. Tell me what you think. Actually, I mean, if I'm being completely honest, I don't really care what you think, but like actually look at what I'm saying. And one of the things that really bothered me is that I actually measured the video and like I only start being negative at like 2/3 of the video. So the first 2/3 of the video, they're positive. I'm like, you could argue I'm glazing Attack on Titan. I'm just saying, yo, it did this plot so amazingly well. Look at all these graphs I've made to tell you exactly how good the plot was. But then I said, in the final third, I said, like, okay, the ending, it wasn't good. It should have ended right after the atom bomb. And then people are like, oh, you're just yapping for 13 minutes. So I was
They
like,
said, bro, talking to Japanese, bro.
what?
Dude, somebody said he was talking to Japanese, bro. That was crazy.
I hate that. I hate these new words. These little 5-year-old, 10-year-olds coming up with new words and just spamming them like they don't know. They don't own
Nah, that shit was crazy, bro. Yeah, I don't know.
So
Like,
everyone just ignored everything positive that I said and just focused on the negative. That kind of bothered me.
Oh, bro, you preachers to the choir, dog. That video that I had, the one I had before the Mahoraga one, people were they were tearing my ass up in these comments.
What was it about?
It was the biggest plot hole in Jujutsu Kaisen, right?
You can't target Jujutsu Kaisen, brother. You know that. You saw what they did. You saw how they came for me.
Watch me. Yeah, fucking raiding your Discord. I saw that.
Bro, there were like 5 set of them.
That was crazy. It was like all the same hour or something. Dude, they was rolling deep. But no, dude, like I'm actually pretty thankful. So that video did it like extremely well, and I had a lot of people saying like, bro just wants some filler. Bro has no idea what he's talking about. Like nothing like they were talking about ever like got like super personal. Like no one was like calling me a fucking idiot or anything like that. But there were a lot of people who took issue with what I was saying, but they weren't hearing what I was saying. Like literally,
I understand that.
I literally said in the first like 2 minutes, I was like, I love Jujutsu Kaisen. I think the positives outweigh the negatives. It's one of my personal favorite series at the moment. Obviously, you can tell because I'm making so many videos on it. All these different things, right? And then I start talking about like things I don't like and things that aren't like well received. They're like, he has no idea what he's talking about. You're just a hater. Like
they have the attention span of a goldfish. Once they hear you saying something negative, they completely forgot all the positive things that you say at the start. But I mean, that's how it works. I'm not crying about it. I'm like, I know how the world. That's part of the reason why I had that recent little shift in my type of content. I'm just trying to focus on positive things now and see what kind of reception I gain.
Yeah, I think it's overall gonna work out well because I mean that's the thing that I generally try to avoid is being super duper negative. I mean shit, that's why I had the Sukuna glazing video and see where that got me. You know what I mean? But Yeah, it's hard because it's kind of an uphill battle, right? It's because the internet loves talking about negative things, right? The internet loves drama. The internet loves the negativity, right? The internet loves people seeing what the latest scandal is or what's going on with the next streamer drama or like what's the next scam that's happening, right? And so when you talk about like uplifting things and praising things, it's kind of hard because that's not going to get your attention as much as something.
I don't agree completely. There was a brief period of time where I thought that saying something negative would gain you more traction, but then I thought about it. I was like, that's not true. I feel like more people like stuff. There are more fans of something than there are haters. And then on top of that, at least in the anime sphere, if you try to think of the top anime people who has a million views as an anime YouTuber, how many of them are people who constantly hate on things? Out of like the 5-10 people that I can name with 1 million subs, did I say views? I meant subs. A million subs. None of them are haters. Like the haters, who's the biggest hater? I'd say Young Defiant. He's probably the most known. How many subs does he have? Like he's like in the 10Ks. Yeah. He's not gonna reach 1 million by hating on stuff. I feel like positive gives you more results.
Like directly comparing him to somebody like some call me Mark, right?
Yeah.
Who like does like these in-depth breakdowns and trying to remember like talking like replicating like art styles and all this stuff, you know, paying homage to these different artists and things like that. I see what you're saying. It's just, I don't know. I feel like I was talking about this with someone else recently, but I feel like the doomer mentality is kind of at an all-time peak. Like everything's gloom and doom. It's fucking over. We're done for. This studio's cooked. The studio's cooked. You know what I mean? It's just kind of.
I think part of it is that people like to get angry because I sat down and I thought about it. I was like, okay, so you saw the title of my video, the title of my video or your video, any of these videos. It's not deceptive. You have an idea of what I'm going to be talking about. But then you click the video, you sat there and watched through the whole thing, and then you were mad enough to go and type in the comments that I'm some type of idiot or that I was wrong, right? Mm-hmm. But when I thought about it, I was like, what do I do when I see a video that I don't like? I literally just click off. I don't even leave a dislike. So I was like, do you people just enjoy getting mad? Why are you watching content when you see the title of something that you already disagree with? And then you watch through the whole thing just to get mad and type that in the comments. Like, what are you doing with your life?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I like if I see something I disagree with, I'll type it out, but like I'll actually like be like, hey, I disagree. I see what you're saying, but this is how I feel about XYZ. But people get so personal nowadays is the biggest thing, right? Like they'll go straight for like insulting your intelligence, saying you have no idea what you're talking about, and all this instead of like having a civilized discussion.
The argument
right?
and say yap.
Right, yeah. Bro's yapping, bro's talking about a whole bunch of nothing. Now, some people do have things that are completely irrelevant, and they do have no idea what they're talking about. But nah, I definitely think that as far as like online discourse, a lot of people they just itch to find somebody that they can
argue with. They want to get mad.
Exactly, and they feel like they've done something. I'm like, you could like take this energy. You could put this into a project or like, I don't know, fill out a job application or something like that. I don't know, dude. Like
go to therapy.
Dude, literally, you could do so many other things. Like I say, dude, I don't have the patience for it anymore. You know what I mean? Like I just like even like on Twitter, like I'll meme. I'll like if it's like Jujutsu Kaisen like a leak night and someone like tries to like bait me, I'll like say something like shut the fuck up, like bait used to be believable, like post like a meme or something like that. But I'm just like joking around. Like, I'm not like serious, you know what I mean? But
like, I have a Twitter account, but I don't reply. I don't retweet. I just look at the funny stuff because I realize that's the best way I can use Twitter because I find such hilarious memes, but I don't have to interact with any of the cancerous stuff. I just sit back and watch it like a movie.
What do you think that the best anime or like the best anime community meme was this year? The I'd win one is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
That was hilarious.
The one with the rabbit kills me every time. The one with Joko for some reason I just cry every time I see it. Just looks so stupid. That one, the Kagurabachi one, that's pretty good.
That was hilarious.
The one with Banjo and Kazooie, bro.
Which one was that?
I put it in my Kagurabachi video. It's the one. It's the Chihiro doing like the thing with the sword, and they had Banjo and Kazooie, and Banjo was taking Kazooie out and stretching him out. It's just ridiculous. I think the Kevin Hart memes, that's not like strictly an anime one, but those are pretty good. I don't know. The Gear 5 slander was pretty good. The Gear 5 slander is
People
pretty good.
hated Gear 5.
The slander, people saying like Gear 5 is gonna break the internet, and people just like making fun of the entire thing. That was pretty good. The Boruto slander, I'm always here for Boruto slander every day. I'm always here for it. I won't ever stop. Speaking of, actually, I'm going totally off of my itinerary of things I want to talk about. So, was it you or Star that posted that manga panel of Boruto being like hitting you with like a Rasengan with like the rotation of the Earth or something?
It was probably Star, and he said it was basically just a poison, and I would describe it as poison with extra steps.
Yeah, bro. Like, I'm gonna give you vertigo. Here you go. What's a Rasengan with the Earth?
Makes sense,
bro. It's literally a JoJo ability. Which is crazy because I feel like if it was in JoJo, that'd actually be kind of fire. But like, nah,
I don't know about that because it's just poison with extra steps.
I mean, doing JoJo, everything's everything.
Poison the dude.
I mean, JoJo is, look at Mista. Mista is just bullets with extra steps. You know what I mean?
That is true, but that was cool because they could like move in different directions and stuff. I like that one.
Yeah, I mean, you could.
And then on top of that, the extra steps were used as a way to like give it weaknesses and make it more versatile than Whole Horse's ability, which was kind of OP.
Well, yeah, I mean, like the part 3 stands are obviously like the prototype, right? And then we start getting to like stuff like part 8, like Wonder of You, like literally like going after somebody, and then like misfortune will just fall on you and like rain.
I really like that ability, if I'm being honest.
I think it's cool. I think it's cool.
The fight turned out to be whack, bro. He had to do the infinite stuff just to shoot.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Spin. I will tell you that I'm not a huge fan of Spin.
Spin is like it's just like a plot solver. We don't know what it actually can do until it actually does it.
The whole D4C with the what's Johnny's stand? Tusk, yeah, like Tusk Act 4 or whatever, where it just like rips through it and is like looking at him. Like, I'm just like, I don't.
That was kind of hard though.
It's hard panel. Love the panel, but I'm just kind of like, I don't know if I like that because D4C is a really cool ability, right? Like it's sick.
Yeah.
Like who shot Johnny Joestar? Like, bro, that's crazy.
Right? Showmon type energy, bro.
Oh, dude, I can't wait till it gets animated. For the cliffhanger of like Johnny getting shot, and you have like 3 separate scenes of like people saying they shot who, they shot who, they shot. Like, that's gonna be crazy for anime only. So that's gonna be wild. We'll see in the next 4 years whenever that gets released. But I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Spin. Like, it's just kind of
I agree.
I don't know. There's a couple shows I want to start getting into. There's some stuff that I'm actually looking forward to getting animated. So Shangri-La Frontier, I've heard that's decent to okay. I might give that a try.
Bro, it's just okay. One of my friends was telling me, "Oh man, this is amazing. It's like SAO plus Hunter x Hunter." And I watched like 4 episodes of it. I was like, I like SAO better, if I'm being honest.
I watched SAO when I was like 15, 16. I have good memories of it, but I remember like trying to get back into it like one of the new seasons. I thought I was gonna catch a case, so I was like, no, I'm good.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know, man. They had a lot of stuff with some kids in the beginning of the episode, and I was kind of like, I don't.
Which season?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I could be remembering wrong, but I got very uncomfortable very quick. It was all like the show's already like borderline etchy. You know what I mean? So
for sure.
I don't know. I was not rocking with it. I'm not gonna get into the whole cousin thing because that's been done to death. But there's that Freyren, I believe is how you say it. I've heard that's fantastic.
Yeah, everyone's talking about it. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into the hype, bro. I feel like if I watch it, I'm gonna be disappointed. There's also Apothecary Diaries. A lot of people talking about that. Oh man, it's amazing. I feel like we're gonna watch it and I'm gonna be disappointed, as usual.
Yeah. Undead Unluck. I read the first chapter and a half. I was not rocking with it. I've heard people are enjoying it, and you know,
it was decent. It wasn't enough. The story did not motivate me to continue because I was reading it and then I just kind of stopped because I was like, it's all right.
I can't take any more horny MCs, man. I can't tell. I don't know how much more I got in me, bro. Denji took up all my energy. So like when the zombie dude or whatever, he's like wants a kiss or something like that. I'm like, bro, I don't know. If I
mean, it's related to the power system, but I still see what you mean.
Yeah, I'm just again, the degeneracy, right? Like, I'm not like fan service and
I
all
have a
that.
certain level of degeneracy that I'm able to take before I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, like I mean, like Naruto, like the sexy jutsu, like that's funny, right? It's played as a gag.
Yeah, and it's rare.
All right, and you know, people are trying to. You remember like the like 2 weeks that people were trying to cancel Roshi and Jiraiya? Do you remember that? It was
No,
pretty
I
recent
do
too. Yeah,
not.
they were trying to cancel them for like all. They're like, oh my god, he's a pedophile. Da, da, da. I'm like, what? Like no, like even like Jiraiya like rubbing up on like Naruto's stomach and all that. He was literally looking at his seal. He was playing it like a joke. Like he's like, oh, I'm a creepy old man, ha ha ha. But he's like literally looking at the seal on his stomach or whatever. I don't
People
know.
want to get mad, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm like, bro, who has the energy for this? You know? But oh, I did want to talk about something. So some flops. There have been a couple animes that flopped this year that a lot of people didn't anticipate were gonna flop. What's the first one that comes to your mind? Because I have one
I'm gonna
specifically.
be completely honest. I do not keep up with how well anime are doing. I know which anime are coming out, but I don't know how well they're doing or what people expect from them.
So I will tell you, Hell's Paradise. A lot of people hyping that up.
Yep.
Yeah, they're hyping that up. I got to episode like 10, 8, whatever like that, and I was like, I don't know if I got it in me, Chief. I don't know.
No, I told you it wasn't good.
It wasn't bad. I was just not surprised by anything. Maybe I'm just old and I've just consumed too much media, right? But
Bro,
as
you
soon
keep
as he
calling
started
yourself
like,
old, you are not that old, brother.
apparently 24 is the new old. Like I turned 24 in like less like in a week or so. Apparently that's the new old, right? Apparently I'm ancient. But I mean, apparently when I turn 30, I'm like turning my YouTube subscriptions and log off forever. But nah, dude. As soon as he like Gabimaru or whatever, as soon as he started fighting that one thing, and he like bashed his brain in, I was just like, nah. Like I've heard, I make fun of MC power ups all the time, but I'm just like, this ain't it. This is not it. Mashal, bro. I tried. I really did, and I was liking it for a little bit, and then
It just didn't look good.
I didn't mind. Are you talking about the art style?
No, I mean it didn't give off the vibe that it was gonna be a good story.
I mean, just like it was way too goofy for me. And I'm not saying everything has to be like super serious shonen or whatever like that. Like I obviously like jokes. I enjoyed. I enjoy like
Like
lighthearted
One Punch
series.
Man.
Yeah. Like I enjoy it, right? But that it was just like Mash is an idiot, and I can't. There's only so much of that I can take, and the plot just was not moving in the direction I wanted it to, and I was just like not that I didn't want to. It just wasn't progressing as fast as I would like. It is just I couldn't take it. Blue Lock. I don't think Blue Lock was a flop actually.
Blue Lock flopped.
No, I
I
don't
was
think.
about to get excited, bro.
You gotta get excited. You don't like Blue Lock?
You know that. I have multiple videos on it.
I did. Did I know that? I don't know if I don't think I did.
I don't know. I feel like that's a well-known thing of my fans. Like it was one of my most popular videos too. I was talking about Blue Lock. I was like, "Yo, this writer's a hack."
You said
So
the
it's, like,
writer's a hack?
disrespectful to sports.
Whoa! The Blue Lock slander. Why?
Because I actually played soccer. You know, I'm not even going to use that argument.
Talk your shit. What's going on?
No, if you understand sports, especially soccer. Okay, so if you compare soccer and basketball and you actually watch them, basketball, you can actually kind of do hero ball, where one player is like the main guy and everything goes through him. He's scoring the most points. He's doing the most defensive stuff. He's got the most rebound. He can do all of that.
Miracle
He's
Man
like,
Messi.
he's a competent team. But in soccer, you cannot do that. You can't just have one good player and just a bunch of supporting cast. You need an actual good team. But Blue Lock was teaching this lesson of selfishness. You got to score goals. If you do not score the goals, you suck. This one person said, I would rather score 3 goals and lose by 4-3 than to actually win the game. I was like, this is it's so disrespectful to soccer. Anyone who knows like anything about soccer, you know that it's not hero ball. You have to play as a team. Like this is basic knowledge. And the story's like, nah, be selfish. Score goals on your own.
Directly compare that to Haikyuu.
What?
I said directly compare that to Haikyuu, right?
Oh man, Haikyuu is amazing. Compared to Kuroko as well. Kuroko, even in basketball, they were like, hero ball is wrong. You need to work as a team.
Dude, Haikyuu actually
Sitting
changed
here
my
watching
life.
this-
I actually did not think I was going to enjoy Haikyuu the way I did. It was just
It's
crazy.
phenomenal. Who would have thought I would enjoy a anime
A
about
volleyball anime. I binged that in like a week and a half. I'm like, this is amazing. This is amazing. What do I do? What do I do now? I remember season
Since
3.
I like soccer, I wanted. Oh, yeah, go on.
I'm sorry, but like watching season 3, and I call this dude, I call this dude Jiren, right? But the big dude, and they're like on their last legs, they're gassed, and then you have that image of him like pushing their heads down, and they're rising up. Bro, I was getting hyped. Bro. I was like, what? Oh, dude, it was going crazy.
Oh,
yes,
man,
dude, that was sick. Oh man,
phenomenal.
I need that movie ASAP. I need it ASAP. I'm glad they're taking the time though.
Show.
I would rather a TV season. But if it's like a 2.5 hour movie and they take their time and they're allowed to cook, hey, you know what? Power to.
I mean, if you've read the manga, I don't think there's enough time to cook. There's not enough time to go through all the content thoroughly.
I haven't read the manga. I've not. That's one thing that I'm like, I could, but I'm a ease up off that. There's another one that
the Blue Lock really angered me because it's soccer, and I wanted a good soccer anime because us soccer fans, we don't have a good soccer anime. We have decent ones, but nothing good. And Blue Lock could have been the one because it had great art, and then it just decided to be a hack. Decided to talk about Hero Ball and Ego, and Ego's ugly too. But go on.
But you want the Chronicles of Neymar, the anime?
That would be dope though.
Yeah, it would. But public domain and all that. But yeah, I you don't like the look of Ego? I like it.
Ego's ugly, bro. Star said he looked like Mandark, and oh man, that just made it worse.
I like it. I think it works for what they were trying to show, right? Like the craziness part. I've seen some crazy fan translations though, like super edgy stuff they're saying like in the middle of a soccer game, like I'll fucking kill you and and I'm like, bro, what? This is so soccer, bro. Chill. I'm like, bro,
high school soccer, bro.
Yeah, I was like, hey, that's serious, bro. Like what? There was another anime that Zom 100. Right now, that some of that's due to the production schedule, but also I don't know, man. A lot of people were hyping that up to be like some like crazy stuff, and I was watching it. I'm like, hyping this up for what? Like, that first episode looked pretty.
I remember when Giga talked about it when the manga was coming out, and I was like, this just does not look like it has the potential to be that interesting. And now you're saying it's not. I'm like, I'm not surprised.
I don't know. I got to the episode, I think the second episode, where he like encounters the girl or whatever, and I'm very confused where it's going. I'm like, okay, like he meets this girl, he's gonna meet some more people and all that, but the threat is zombies. So are we going to go into the Walking Dead structure of, oh, we got to relocate. Oh, we're getting attacked. Oh, humans are the real monsters. Oh, we got to relocate again. Oh, we're getting attacked. Oh, humans are the real monsters. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, where is it going? Right. And then also the dramatic irony of the production issues on it. They had to delay it, even though the main character was literally had a job where it was like soul draining and, behind on projects and all this stuff. It's super ironic. Oh, there's another
best thing to come out of that for me was that one YouTube video, All My Fellas. That video's addicting.
All My Fellas. Doom, doom, doom.
Oh man, bro, it's addicting. I have to watch it like once a week.
Yeah. This wasn't this year, but Sabuki Bisco, I tried to watch it. I think
I watched like the first two. I was like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I need to give it a try. Maybe I need to get another try. I feel like I would like it. There was something about it I didn't like. I don't remember why. This
first episode was boring.
I think maybe it, like stuff didn't really start like popping off until like the very end. And again, I'm not. People are gonna be like, "Oh, Daffy just wants to suck a good fest the entire time." Like I love Vinland Saga season 2. Yume doesn't, right? So I don't want to hear it.
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to sit here and argue with you about that because we talked about it in depth multiple times. But it's just like, I don't know. I think like just not a lot was happening. I tried getting back into Bungo Stray Dogs. And I didn't remember anybody.
I like that.
Bungo, whatever the fuck it is. I didn't remember anybody. I
still need to finish it. It's a good show. Definitely.
I watched the movie and I've never been more confused.
Why did you watch the movie?
I heard.
I don't even think it's canon.
I thought it was canon, and so I watched the movie. I'm like, what is actually going on? I don't know. I just didn't remember any. There was like I don't know if it was season 4, but like starts with a flashback. I was not feeling the flashback.
You're in season 4?
Yeah, I was on season 6,
Not
season
that
5.
fine. You don't remember? Yeah.
No, I don't. No, I really don't. No, I really
Season 4
don't.
started with the flashback. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they start like with the Rampo and the president or whatever.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just not feeling it. Maybe, I generally don't like flashbacks and things.
What?
Now hold on. Before people come for me, they're like, Daphne doesn't like flashbacks. We had a whole thing in Jujutsu Kaisen. That one specifically is for a character that I'm pretty indifferent about anyway. So I'm kind of like, Ranpo's cool. I like him. Like super smart, Sherlock Holmes parody and all that. But overall, I could do without it. I could do without it,
That's fair. I thought it was just an interesting story as well.
Yeah, I don't know how long it goes for, dude.
I think it's like 3 episodes.
I tried getting back into Tokyo Revengers, man, but
What happened?
boy, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Takemichi, bro. I understand that the whole point of it, like some people kind of got like butthurt with me because I was like comparing him to Invincible, right? And how they just get beat within an inch of their life, and like people just keep trusting them to do whatever. But bro, I mean, Takemichi is such a sorry protagonist. I'm like, why would I root for this man? Why? Like, I don't. I got like an episode or 2 in to the season before this one, where like Broly comes in. I don't know this dude's actual name, but like where Broly comes in, starts beating on Takemichi, and like Broly's brother is like, I have to join his gang or something, like, and like join the Black Dragons or whatever. But I'm just like, bro, I don't care. Did
you see Invincible? Since you were talking about Invincible. You saw that episode 4?
I'm a peep.
They really traded out Mike for Alan to get beat up.
Yeah, not Alan will get his get back. Alan will get his get back.
You've read the comics?
I've read some stuff on the comics here and there, like sporadically, but Alan will get his get back. Yeah, but again, every fight, these people are beaten within an inch of their life. It's not a tug of war. They're just getting crushed, and it's just really frustrating. It's just not how the
so
average
gimmicky at this point.
Yeah, dude, it's just like that. The average fight dynamic, like name like what's like a fight in Naruto, for example, where Naruto just got curb stomped and he didn't give anything back. Right, he was getting.
There is nothing. There is none.
Right, I wouldn't even like. People could be like, oh, that chick from the Cloud Village because because Sasuke he literally let it happen. Like that's different, right? Like Mark just sucks. He just sucks. Like
even Luffy, like when Luffy loses, he usually just gets like one-shotted. So it's like, let's get this over with, so you don't have to sit through the pain. But Marky just keeps getting pounded and pounded.
Yeah,
bro.
Dude. And again, like exactly. Like I give Battle Beast a pass. I like Battle Beast. Battle Beast was raw, right? Omni Man, duh, right? Duh. That's the point, right? This man's beating on his son, and he realizes, oh God, what am I doing, right? So I give that a pass, like, because it works for the story. But like the Reaniman, bro, you want to know something crazy? Check this out. It was even worse in the comics. So they should switch some stuff around. So in the upcoming arc, Mark is gonna get beat up again. Just fair warning. Next episode is gonna get beat up again very badly. And he starts to train, like officially. He starts to train.
Finally.
And then in the comics, he then gets jumped by the Reaniman and they beat him up like pretty bad, right? So it's even crazier in the comics because like how strong are the Reaniman if he's been training and they still like whip him? Like what? It's like I'm like, nah, I don't.
Disgraceful.
It's literally. I'm like, this dude is so sorry. Like there's a part I cut out for the video because it was just getting too long. But literally, if I see Invincible in the sky, I'm just gonna start praying because I know I'm probably gonna die, right? Like I'm just like, this is it, right? Compare that to like Spider-Man, who again, fought Moreland for 12 hours straight. Like, there was a flood in New York, and he was just going for like 8 hours or 7 hours, just like rescuing people from, all these buildings and all this stuff. Because I'm like, dude, I don't know about all that. We'll get a pretty cool moment by the end of the season. You'll hear this quote thrown around. I thought you were stronger a lot. It'll be a pretty cool moment, but I don't.
Oh no, my friend already told me about it.
Oh yeah, I read the comic moment through it. It's okay. It's okay. It's not like mind blowing or anything like that. But I don't know. I don't know. Invincible. Someone was like, "Oh, you think that you?" Someone said they were like, "Oh, when Omni-Man killed the Guardians of the Globe, you didn't think that was above a 7 out of 10?" And I'm like, "Not really." I don't know. Like the evil Superman
it was a plot twist.
It's an okay plot twist. I mean, the evil Superman trope has been done how many times,
bro? It's too many, bro. Even Superman has done it himself, bro. Come on.
Bro, check this out. What if we made this character evil and they kill everybody? So what if we have Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe, and then we have the Batman Who Laughs, and we're gonna milk the Batman Who Laughs for like 7 years?
What are you talking about? They're making a cartoon of it?
The Batman Who Laughs. I have no idea, but they stretched that plot line out for so long.
Wait, it's still going?
Yeah, he has something with like the Green Lanterns or something. I don't know. It turned to a one-off like pretty cool thing.
Too.
Yeah. Oh, dude, Injustice was so. They did Nightwing. God,
so dirty. I mean, everyone does Nightwing dirty.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. At least they don't do my boy Jason Todd like that. I mean, they kind of do sometimes, but not really. But I just wee. But I don't know. I mean, we have however many Robins at this point. But
probably like 7 or 8.
What was like? I mean, it's 4. I mean, so there's Dick Grayson, Stephanie Brown. Well, I'm sorry. In order, it's Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, Stephanie Brown, Tim Drake. I guess 5. And then Damian Wayne. Is that 5? Can I count? Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, Stephanie Brown, Tim Drake. 5. Oh no, it's 5. I'm sorry, 5 Robins.
Stephanie Brown came before. I thought the third was Tim. What's his name? Yeah, Tim
Drake. I think Stephanie Brown was before Tim. I don't quote me on that. I mean, she was like in there for like, I don't know, like 2 weeks or something before she got done away with. But we have however many Robins, but there's only one Spider-Man apparently, because the Negro can't be Spider-Man.
I don't like the idea of passing down the mantle, though. If I'm being completely honest,
you don't like legacy characters?
No, absolutely not. Like, when we look at Robin Dick Grayson, he never like does he become Batman? Maybe at one point he shortly became Batman.
Dick Grayson does for a little bit.
He's not like permanently.
No, not permanently.
It's not like permanent. He has his own identity. And then on top of that, the reason I don't really like the Miles Morales Spider-Man is because he was from a different universe. I remember the first time I heard about it, I was like, that's cool. Yeah. He's from a universe where Peter died, and now he's the Spider-Man. I mean, that's kind of interesting. Now I don't like different universes, but at the time I was like, that's interesting. And then I heard that they brought him to the regular universe, and he just became like a mainstay. I'm like, what are you doing here? Go back to your universe.
Go back to your universe, monkey.
How does he have a social security number? Like, what are you doing?
But you don't have a bank account here.
Does that make sense? Where's he living? Where's his family?
You made his comics. I feel what you mean, though.
In his universe.
I feel what you're saying. But no, I definitely think that Miles does need more villains of his own to be like. So number one, let me get this out of the way. Miles has earned the Spider-Man right 10 times over at this point, right? But I definitely.
What does that even mean?
A lot of people think they're like, oh, well, Peter's the only Spider-Man. Peter's the only Spider-Man. But they're so quick to call Ben Reilly Spider-Man. They're so quick to call Spider-Woman.
With alternate universes, bro.
Well, Ben Reilly isn't.
Or whatever it's called. What's it called? Legacy characters, bro. That stuff bothers me, bro.
How you feel about Korra? Because I feel like Korra was actually a very good legacy character but that's the whole point of the avatars, right?
Who? Oh no. I was hoping for a second that you were spelling it like Qora. You were talking about some Marvel character that I didn't know about, but you were talking about the Last Airbender. Oh, Hell no. I don't like Korra.
You don't like Korra? What?
No, I don't like her as a character, and I don't like the show.
Okay. Besides her erasing the Avatar state, that was like, okay, like, what are we doing? And season 2, her character was just terrible. But overall, no, Korra was a good show, bro. Like the first season leaned a little too heavy into the romance for me personally. But I think Amon was a great villain. I think that Tarlok was okay as a villain. Zahir, that's my guy, obviously. Zahir, right? And even Kuvira was a pretty good villain for the power vacuum that was left and everything. But
I was thinking of writing a video on why Korra was so unsatisfying to me, but I don't know yet. I might one day.
Why was Korra so unsatisfactory for you?
One of the problems was that it felt like they tried to have their cake and eat it too. They didn't learn from Avatar, because you look at Avatar season 1, it's very episodic and the characters are bouncing around from place to place because they're trying to get from point A to point B. But in Korra, the main goal is to stop Amon and the equalizers or equalists, right?
Yeah.
But it feels like a lot of the episodes, the main characters are not even trying to stop them. They're just messing around, mucking around with pro bending and waiting for Amon to do something. I'm like, what are you doing?
Avatar could have those episodic episodes. They're being reactive rather than proactive. So, like, for example, the library episode in The Last Airbender, right? Where they go to the library, they're looking around, and they find the library, they find a scroll, right? Sokka takes it, finds out where the eclipse is, right? He gets this massive heads up of information on the Fire Nation, right? Directly leading into the invasion in season 3 and all these things. I feel what you're saying.
But it's not just proactive and reactive. You have to take into context. For example, how would Spider-Man be active? He can't really be active because he's a superhero. He waits for the villains to do something bad and he stops them. He has to stop crime from happening, stop bad things from happening. But in this story, you're trying to look for an evil organization leader. You can actually be active on that, but they're not for some reason. They just kind of wait for the things to come to them.
Well, that was more so the beginning of season 1, and then like around when Korra gets kidnapped, she's like gets the visions, and they start trying to figure out who Amon is. For the first couple episodes, I can see what you mean.
The first thing should have been like a detective if you're going to go with the Amon route. And I feel like they also didn't show, or at least people have said that they didn't show the discrimination between non-benders and benders. Like everyone just looked fine.
That I could agree with that. I could agree with that. I agree with that. But how do you feel about Amon as a villain, though?
I thought he was interesting, like his whole mentality, and I thought it was also interesting how he was actually a bender.
He's actually a bender, but I liked his backstory too. Yeah. How like his brother, who is their dad? Clancy Brown.
Tarlok? No, never mind.
Yeah, Tarlok was his brother. No, not Unalaq. Unalaq is fucking in the.
That's season 2.
Yeah, season 2. Whoever his brother's name is on the council. Their dad, Clancy Brown voices him. And he tried to bloodbend Aang, and Aang broke out of it. Oh my god, I can't remember his name. But anyway, I like their backstory. Yakone. Yes. How their dad raised, like, he found out that his sons were benders as well, and so he's trying to raise them up and teach him to be strong and bloodbend, and then he eventually tried to make him bloodbend his own brother, and he turned it back on him. And he was like, "No, I'm leaving. Goodbye." Right. He said, "Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing." I he had that deserter mentality. I think Amon had that. He had that aura. You know what I mean? And like when he had those people on stage, he took their bending away. Dude, that was raw.
That was scary, bro.
Oh, dude, that's raw. That was scary. That like you want to make a villain like interesting and scary. That's how you do it. Right.
So, that's the sauce that I'm talking about. These newer generations, they don't have that type of swagger.
Makima definitely did. Makima definitely did.
Makima had potential. I feel like Makima was squandered by Denji being a crappy protagonist.
Because I don't know
Denji
about that.
was a good protagonist, Makima could have actually been interesting and threatening and manipulative. But as it stands, Denji's just simp, and he's easy to manipulate. So like Makima barely put any effort into trying to manipulate Denji, which decreases my appreciation for her.
Yeah, but I don't know. Makima has some pretty scary moments. I mean, there's that scene on the train where like they all get shot in the head.
Shot and she got back up.
You don't even hear her or see her get back up, but she's just right there. There's a scene where she does like the ritual, right, and she like crushes all of them. I like the ritual
because they just didn't explain that. Like if they had explained it, or if it had been, if what was happening had made sense, it might have been cool. But
wasn't
it just
more
felt like
a
Deus Ex Machina.
I don't think it was a Deus Ex Machina. It wasn't like an equivalent exchange kind of thing. where like she had to get their names and she had to like take these prisoners' lives to take the lives of the other guys or whatever.
But I mean, we didn't know she could do that beforehand. It just popped up as soon as it was relevant.
Well, yeah. That's
It felt
fair.
like a cop out.
Fair.
Yeah, she does have some good moments.
Oh yeah, Makima, especially her moment eventually with the angel devil, right? And then you see everybody who she can control the chains and all that. No, I definitely think Makima's pretty good. I think Makima's pretty good. How they did away with her.
That's the best part of Korra, though. Oh yeah, the final fight, bro. Get that out of here, bro.
It was
like
right.
2 chapters or something.
It was
How you fighting all those devils and you last 2 chapters, bro? Get that out of here.
It was all right. But you said who was the best part of Korra?
I think Korra's strengths were probably his villains. Like his villains were extremely memorable. They all had like different philosophies. It was like a very different from Avatar, where the main villain was just kind of evil.
Yeah, but I think Ozai still worked for it because of his sheer effect on for his sheer effect on Zuko, right? Like even like season 1 where he didn't see his face, we saw that. Oh my god, I love Avatar, dude. I'm literally like a literal 10 out of 10 show. I don't care what anyone tells me.
I don't know about that one.
I argue with the wall. I don't care. But no. So why Ozai is so good is we had never seen his face until season 3, but we were so terrified of him because we saw, his effect that he had on Zuko, where Zuko disrespected him in the war room. He went to an Agni Kai duel with his son. Right, gave him his scar, banished him, said, "Don't come back until you capture the Avatar." So that's why Zuko is so pressed to find the Avatar. We find out that he was gonna originally kill or have his son killed, by his father, and so obviously Zuko's
wife
mom
killed
So she left. And there's all these things circling around Ozai and causing him, even though we don't directly see him until season 3. We know that he's a monster, right?
They built him up very well.
They built him up very, very well, right? And seeing Zuko's progress, Zuko Alone, one of my favorite episodes of the series. It makes me angry.
Facts.
It makes me angry how those village people treated him after he saved them.
Oh man, it was such a good episode. It's that nice bittersweet tragedy, bro.
Exactly. I'm just like, he's hiding who he is. He's using the swords and all that. And then he says, "I'm Zuko, the Prince of the Fire Nation, da 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 da." All of this. He tries to talk to the kid, and the kid's like, "No, I hate you." It's just like, I'm hot for him. I'm like, he's trying to be better, right? And then we have that moment, the next episode where it's the chase and they're all trying to fight Azula. You have the Mexican standoff, right? And then Iroh gets hit, and Zuko's like, "Leave!"
That was some plot armor though, because I was rewatching it for our video I was gonna do, and she took like 5 different Bender's attacks, and she got away. I was like, bro, come on.
Yeah, well, I mean, they were all. Excuse me. Three of them were sleep deprived. So I'll give it a pass.
I give it a pass, bro.
I know what you mean. But I mean, Azula was always shown to be like one of the strongest Benders in the series. I mean, in their Agni Kai, like Zuko was like took it like. And he was like pushing it because he knew she was off her game, and he was like, beforehand, he's like, "I don't know if I could beat her," but then we saw that she was like,
gonna win though.
Oh no, I definitely think 100% Zuko could have taken her post.
I think he should have done that W though, because that was a little underwhelming. That how he never got to truly beat her.
As soon as she busted, as soon as she was like busted out the lightning, and he was gonna redirect it, I knew she was cooked. There was no way.
Yeah,
because I literally just rewatched that yesterday. But like when she starts like trying to surround him, and he's like blocking every single one of her attacks, and she's like falling and stumbling and all this, and he's just like chilling the entire time. Even like when they were like having their their standoff with their fire, and he's like slowly getting pushed back. He doesn't lose control at any point.
It's like the reverse of their original personalities.
Exactly. Oh, dude, Zuko's development. Oh my god. Oh.
He's great, bro.
Fantastic. I wish we could have seen more of Fire Lord Zuko and Korra, but I kind of wish we would have seen more of his daughter too. I feel like kind of been retreading some ground, because obviously I would feel like Zuko would have been a better father than his. So I don't really know if there's too much ground to cover there.
Well, we don't know that because Aang apparently was a bad father.
But that makes sense though. It wasn't intentional.
I don't know about that, bro.
It wasn't intentional. So I kind of I like that. Aang wasn't perfect, right? Aang was still a human being, right? And so he found out that one of his sons was a bender, and so he was like, "Oh God!" Like even without thinking, he's like, "Okay, I'm the last of my race. My son is an airbender. I need to put 100% of my time into this, right?" Without even thinking. And so yeah, he kind of like ignored his other kids, but I don't think it was never anything malicious because that's just not who Aang is, right?
I feel like it just didn't fit his original character. Because if you look at even in part one, I mean Avatar, he made mistakes. He had flaws, but
Yeah.
it wasn't like anything to that level where he was like disregarding people.
Oh no, 100%. Dude, remember the Bato and the Water Tribe when he hid that
I
scroll?
love that episode, bro. Oh man,
Yeah, well, he hid that scroll because he thought Katara and Sokka were gonna leave him.
yeah. But then he immediately, in the same episode after they did the water rafting thing, he's like, you know what? I got something I gotta say. I
Yeah.
hid the scroll, and he accepted the consequences that came with it.
Yeah, but like I don't. Like, it's hard because like imagine being the last surviving member of your people, and you find out that one of your children has been blessed with that same ability. You're gonna put 100% of your being into them, right? And so like
I
even
don't know if I do that.
well, but like it's a delicate balance, right? Because obviously you got to take care of your other kids, but like subconsciously he would be, yeah, but like subconsciously he would be like, oh man, he's like, oh man, this is my future right here, right? Gotta make sure our culture carries on and everything. So I get it. But yeah, they did Sokka so dirty in Korra. That's one of the biggest things.
Why couldn't he be alive? I didn't understand that.
Yeah, like even if he was dead, we only get to see one flashback. Come on, bro. Come on,
I understand
bro.
why Aang is dead because the story Aang has to die so the next Avatar can come. But like Sokka, why he have to die?
Like even the fact that he's dead, but we get one Sokka flashback. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
They broke up with Suki too.
They say he broke up with Suki. You lying? Oh,
yeah. They said Zuko broke up with Mai. I'm like, what are y'all doing?
Oh,
what are y'all doing? Y'all forgot how to write. You dropped your pen and you picked up a inferior version.
I hope I'm gonna let him cook on this movie though. I'm gonna let him cook. I'm curious to see what's gonna happen in this movie.
I'm not gonna look at the trailers. I just want to watch the show because, like, when I looked at the Netflix One Piece, I was having thoughts. I was like, I was thinking it wasn't gonna be good, but like, I just watched the show and then it was good. So
I've been going through the first episode of live action One Piece. For anyone that's watching up to this point, y'all didn't hear me say this. Well, I'm actually having a good time with the live action One Piece.
It's amazing, bro.
I'm actually having a good time. You will never hear me compliment One Piece ever again. This clip does not exist, but yeah, no,
it's crazy because you complimented Arlong earlier in this video.
Shh. Anyway, anyway, are there any upcoming like anime projects or anime?
Bunny Go Senpai.
Oh my god! Don't make me call
season 2's coming.
Don't make me call Trigger and get him in here, bro.
That scare me. There's also Classroom of the Elite season 3. I think Konosuba season 3 is coming as well.
Is Classroom of the Elite worth my time?
It's okay.
Yeah, I might give that a try. Madoka Magica. I want to give that a try.
That's a good show.
I'll give that a try. Kaiju number 8. I keep saying Kaiju number 9. I don't know why
because it rolls off the tongue better.
Why is that? I feel like
and ends. It's the what's it, alliteration.
Yeah. But yeah, Kaiju number 8. I'm from the trailer. It looks like it's gonna be. I think that's gonna be a sleeper option for a lot of people. I think that like the trailer stuff is at like 800K, like 700K views. But I think a lot of people are gonna resonate with that. I think a lot of people are gonna enjoy that one. Because you got your quote unquote waifu, right? You got your main character who has a really cool ability.
Not attractive.
I don't, dude. I'm at the point in my life. I don't care that much. But you know,
because I mean, you're calling her a waifu. If she is a waifu, she got to be attractive, right?
I'm saying for other people. I mean, she's alright. It's alright. It's cool.
Unless you know her personality, but like you can't tell a personality from a trailer,
right? But I don't know. I feel like there's some stuff in here that's gonna make that a hit. I'm surprised Sakamoto Days hasn't gotten an anime announcement. That's crazy to me. Are they like a chapter 184? I have not, but I read the first chapter the other night. I've heard it's amazing. I've heard people say it's fantastic, but
Star glazes it, bro. Star gasses up too much.
So you said Star gasses
I started
too much?
reading it. It was yeah.
Hey man, listen.
Like, there's not a single flaw in 100 chapters.
Hey man, listen. Hey, listen, man. Let that man enjoy what he likes. All right, listen.
I mean,
listen.
you can enjoy it. It's just that's a funny thing to say.
Yeah. Damn, they're 100 chapter 144, and they haven't. That's interesting.
How far is Kaiju?
Kaiju number 9 is Kaiju number 8. Oh my god, dude! They're on chapter. Let me see. They're on chapter. If my Google would load, it is on chapter 97. Okay,
That's crazy. Sakamoto has more chapters. It doesn't have an anime.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Interesting.
Disrespectful.
Kind of. Whatchamacallit? I forgot how much I like the designs in Kaiju number 8, but there's that one. Mashal season 2 is going to come out. I'm not going to watch it. Who cares? Who cares? My Hero. Oh man, I end this war arc, bro.
Still need to catch up.
End this arc, bro. I end it. Just end my suffering. God, I mean, like I just read that All for One chapter. It was actually kind of raw. I actually kind of enjoyed it. But I mean, why is Bakugo alive, bro? Just keep him dead. Keep him.
Yeah.
He was dead for a year, and I was so happy. And God,
I gotta read it and make my own decisions because I know Twitter was going crazy over that.
I mean, I mean that and like Deku like becoming baby Superman.
Baby Superman, that's your favorite term for him.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like I don't.
It's a fair term though.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like it. I don't know.
Too many powers.
Yeah, and then they're really trying to shove this Oraka in what's her face with the toga, like this Oraka toga dynamic. I don't.
I didn't like it. I feel like it was too forced. Because
yeah, dude, like how do I care? How do I
from the
care?
start, from the first time they met, I'm like, why are you trying to make this dynamic happen?
That's
Just
what I'm
because they
saying.
both like Izuku, like that's it.
Yeah, bro. Like
That's
I don't. Yeah, nah, I get it's like kind of Oshako trying to rescue her and Toga's in the darkness and but I don't know. Also, why would I care about a Shinji versus Lizard Dude, whatever chapter? Why would I care? Why would I care this deep into the story? Like what? Also, season 7 is gonna be trash because of that movie. Yeah, we're gonna be running into season 5 territory again. Woo!
I don't know why they keep making movies. They're not even canon. Like, focus on the season.
Animation showcases, bro. That money, that USD, that green. But well, not USD, that yen. But yeah, yeah. Hey, listen. I'm glad Jujutsu Kaisen doesn't have anything.
Is
like
that actually
that.
why they do it?
Animation showcases? No, I mean like money. Yes. Money, merch. I mean, dude, look at so you remember the last movie where they had those like stealth designs for like 6 minutes?
The black clothes?
Yeah, they looked hard, didn't they? And then they immediately took them off.
Kinda.
I like designs, but merchandise, bro. That's how you got to get it.
It's like the West over here. They cancel shows because they don't sell enough merchandise, bro.
Hey, listen, Young Justice.
Ridiculous.
That's what happened in Young Justice. Well, also Young Justice,
I believe.
Well, Young Justice actually. I mean, that show fell off hard, bro. Good lord, that
Season 1 was great though.
Season 1 was great. Season 2 was phenomenal. I don't care what anyone tells me. Season 3, I can see the vision. After that, nah, nah, this ain't it. Nah, Forager and all these other heroes, nah, bro. Nah, I'm good. Tim Drake barely got to do anything. They keep teasing Jason Todd. They tried to like shame what's his face? The guy who killed his uncle in front of the entire country. I forget what his name is.
I don't know. I didn't make it that far.
Yeah, nah. And just like all these like a stat, they keep trying to shove these like new heroes in my face. I'm like, I would rather you not. No. They kept also bringing up Kid Flash too. They kept bringing up Wally so much, and it was really weird. It didn't help the fact that they had a really small budget, and like a lot of the voice actors were voicing like 3 to 4 different characters, and it was very apparent. It just, I don't know. I don't know, but I just want my Spectacular Spider-Man season 3, man. That's all I want.
That's fair. I feel like they're gonna ruin it if they make another one though.
Allegedly, Spider-Man It's like, what's this animated one called? It's been in production for like 3-4 years. What is it? It's
Marvel Spider-Man 2020.
Yeah, Spider-Man freshman year. Yeah, that's allegedly coming out next year, I think. Well, I don't know. We'll see.
Are there images?
No. Let me see something. So, well, there's like character designs and all that. Yes, like, or sorry, character sheets. So Disney Plus. Why does it
look like the comics?
Yeah, it's supposed to be based off the Steve Ditko designs. Yeah, that couple of those suits are sleek, but yeah, I don't know. I want an appropriate college age Peter Parker, because if I get another like origin story for Spider-Man, I'm gonna lose it. I'm tired of him being in high school. Give me a college age Spider-Man and all my complaints will be out the window, because I want to see him actually act like a fully functioning adult. Now I get it.
They did that in Spider-Man 2.
They were. No, I'm saying for Tom Holland Spider-Man specifically.
Oh.
But like I get what they're going for. Like, oh, he's still young and inexperienced, but man, you can still do this when like it feels very juvenile to a certain extent, right? It's just kind of frustrating. But I don't know. Spider-Man's my favorite superhero, so I'm just kind of I don't know, just keep holding my breath.
You finally on that Kagurabachi train?
Buddy, did you read last chapter? Oh yeah, I sent to you. Dude, that was it was some pressure, wasn't it? Yo, the art went, son. I'm telling you, I called it. I said it. I said like, give it 3-4 years. When Kagurabachi gets an anime, people gonna talk about this is best new gen. I'm telling you, don't tell me I didn't try to put y'all on, man. Listen,
you're talking about the fans, right?
Yes,
the viewers.
Yes.
Okay, I was just making sure.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, there's some good stuff in here. Like the art is phenomenal. I love the perspective that the artist uses. Like there's that
you can draw backgrounds like crazy, bro.
It's weird because as I was actually making my my video on it, I noticed there's a lot of details and things I didn't think there was a lot of detail in. It's like Chihiro's coat, like the actual like threads and all that, those are in there. The sword hilt super detailed. It's just the faces don't make it look like there's a lot of detail. But there's like that panel where it's like Chihiro and Sojo and their swords are like at each other's necks. That's raw, bro. That's raw,
bro,
dude. And then like when he goes and he reaches in the car, he cuts that dude's head off, and Char's leg is in there, dude. That's so dark. That's actually really dark. Dude, how they're gonna showcase Chihiro's speed, I'm looking forward to very much. I could see them doing some sort of like first person from Chihiro's perspective of him and running up to the car, busting out the window, like cutting dude's head off or something like that. I could see it. I can see. There's so much they could do. Yeah, dude. I can. When like Thorfinn's raised that first base or whatever,
he cut that guy's head. Yeah,
dude. I can see them doing something like that, man. I'm very curious to see where these swords are gonna go. What all these other abilities that they're gonna showcase. Very.
I'll be honest. I'm not a fan of the power system.
It's a little generic, right? I think it's a little generic. I think some stuff has been seeded, right? Like the red having like taking the ownership of an ability. I think that's actually pretty cool. It's not like absorbing the ability, but shifting who controls it. I mean, it kind of is. But that's interesting to me, right? And then the speed and like the long range like slice and all that, like seeing these abilities evolve and all that with more practice, I think once we get like a training arc, it's gonna go crazy.
I'm worried about the power escalation now that you mentioned all that stuff. It's like, are they going to give swords more powers? Are they going to have like one sword with like 10 powers, baby Superman?
I mean, it's probably. I would hope that's not going to be Chihiro's. I would hope not. I'm very curious to see how the actual sword play itself is going to go. Right. That's probably one of my bigger things. But dude, that first episode.
I'd love to see a complex villain though.
Yeah, I want to see Sojo do some more stuff. He's threatening, right? He's obsessed with Chihiro's father, and he's just like, oh, I love him, I love his work, and da da da. He didn't even know it was his father, right? Some interesting stuff there, right? So I I'm gonna let them cook, right? And it's crazy because actually the reception, even in Japan and here, it's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty steady. So yeah, I don't think it's in the risk of getting canceled or anything like that. But most definitely, I could definitely see that first episode, some like anime reaction channels reacting to it, and seeing Chihiro just go crazy in that warehouse and just start just cutting everybody up and see, like
better than Chainsaw Man's warehouse scene.
Ooh, buddy, don't get canceled. Ooh, buddy, don't get canceled.
Oh, now you worry about me, but you over there poking the bear with JJK.
What I do?
You said they had a plot hole. You know you can't say that.
I said the hole in the story. I didn't say it was a plot hole. It was a hole in the story. That's what that's
hey, a hole is a hole.
Hey, that pause, but I mean, like, listen, like, dude, like we both know, right? And it's both in our professions, quote unquote, that nothing is immune to criticism, right?
Absolutely.
And people they don't want to hear it, right? And that's what we kind of talked about in the stand video that we made, but the people. Did you see that RDC World skit? They talk about like anime fans turning into gangs or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, bro, is serious. Is like, it used to be the whole meme like Goku versus Superman, who would win. But I mean, dude, people are getting into like flame wars, like on different social medias, like talking about like who would win, like all these fights and all that. I'm like, ugh, it's just ugh.
It's so corny. Like, how can you make this story such a big part of your life?
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you getting paid?
Hey, listen, these Discord admins, man, they doing their thing, bro. Listen, man, they making it shake. They doing what they can.
And on Twitter, they got these things called hives, where like they have a group chat just to talk about this story, bro. What are you doing? Go outside,
bro. I don't know. A lot of these people are terminally online. They just legit don't know better.
Absolutely.
I don't know. It's so weird. I had to block somebody the other day. Like it being terminally online. It's like it's actually a disease, right? And I kind of feel like it's not talked about enough. Like people like make jokes like touch grass or whatever like that, but some of these people are so socially inept that it's like it's almost disturbing. Like I had to block somebody. I was in a friend's Discord, and I was just like, I like generally just like hang out. I was kind of like skulk, and like I wouldn't like really say anything. And like I was like voice chat with this person like one time. It was like we were chilling, like talking about like video games or something. But they found out I was black, and every time that they mentioned me or talked about me, it was about my skin color. I told them to fucking stop because it's fucking annoying. It's weird, right? And so they like posted a screenshot of like something, and someone like I don't know what the screenshot was exactly, because I just got like pissed when I saw it. But it was basically like, oh, if I was this nigga, I would have done this or whatever. And they're like, at Daffy, what do you think about this? I told him, I was like, stop fucking tagging me in this shit. Leave me the fuck alone. Like it's corny, it's weird. And he was like, oh, well, what did I do? I didn't mean to offend you. And I just ended up blocking him. But I'm like, dude, these people, like, their social skills, like, you can't say that kind of shit to people, especially like in real life.
Yeah, part of it is because of online. When you're in person, you can see the person's face and you can have empathy. You can see how it affects them and you can understand what to do and what not to do. But when you're online and you're just typing, you can't understand emotions. You don't see their face. You can't hear their vocal tone. It makes you less empathetic.
Right. It's sad, man. It's really sad. That's where we're seeing all these like gooners start popping up. I mean, and they've been there like for years, right? I mean, like you have like the South Park meme of like the fat guy like playing a WoW. You know what I mean? It's like covered in dirt and all that. We have all these just like these addicts online, and it's sad, man. It's really sad. A lot of these people are kind of just like wasting their lives away because they don't know what to do. They don't want to help themselves either. Like you'll like give these people advice and try to like talk them through some of their problems and how they're feeling, and they just gave up and they just don't want to face it. It's sad, you know. I don't know. I feel like Discord just needs to rebrand itself, turn just towards like, I don't know, like a Q. Just rebrand. Someone needs to buy it. Just turn Discord to Q or something.
Why? Like X?
Yeah. That
didn't do anything for Twitter,
dude. I don't want, dude. Who actually says X? Actually, who actually says
Very
X?
few people.
No,
Very few
I've
people.
never, I've never seen anybody. Everyone says Twitter and Twitter Blue. No one says X Blue. What? Like what? Oh, I don't know. I feel like the moment my views start dipping down, I'm gonna start going into YouTube drama. I'm gonna become a YouTube commentator.
Nah, that's stressful, bro.
Bro, come on, bro.
Well, depending if your opinion is like the popular opinion, then it's not stressful. But if you're like giving genuine opinions that are different, then it could be stressful.
Bro, I gotta talk about how Pokimane is charging $28 for cookies, bro. That's super
crazy.
important.
Oh, technically it's 7 for each pack or something like that. But
That's still wild. I can get a whole like 40 pack of Nestle, like those like Elves cookies or whatever. The chocolate ones for like $6 on sale. That's tough. That's tough.
I'm addicted to the drama though. Unfortunately, it's just interesting to hear about this stupid stuff that's going on, bro.
I do. It's weird. I'm invested and I'm not, right?
Yeah, so I don't actually care what the outcome is, but I want to hear what's going on.
Exactly. Like if I'm like driving to work, I'll put on some like Turkey Tom or like some Ordinary Gamers. You know what I mean?
Optimus.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I kind of fell off of Optimus a couple years ago. I don't know why.
I mean, I don't sub to any of them. I just see them as the people who talk about news, and I'm like, I know they're somewhat reliable. They're not going to be extremely biased.
Wait a minute. So wait, you watch their content, but you don't sub?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I do that with a lot of people.
Why is that?
Because I don't want to see that in my subscription feed. There are sometimes they talk about like stuff that makes me angry. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I don't want to see that in my sub feed. If I want to know about a specific news, I will go search out for that. Or if it comes in my recommended, I'll see it. But like some of this stuff, I don't want to hear about all the debauchery that's going on. And I don't want to see that when I click my subscription feed. I want to see a video that I want to enjoy.
Bro, you don't want to see like the 13th Zoophile video, bro? Come on, bro. It's very important, bro.
I don't even know what that is, and I don't want to.
It's not nothing good.
No, I said I don't. I said I don't.
It's nothing good. That's I'm leaving it at that. I feel what you're saying though. There's a YouTube there's a YouTube YouTuber that does like Dokkan content. So it's like the Dragon Ball mobile game I play. And I unsubbed from him for a little bit because every video was so negative, talking about this unit sucks, this unit sucks, this unit sucks, this unit sucks. I couldn't take it anymore. And so I just like unsubbed from him. And then like, he started like going on like rants about how the community is overwhelmingly negative. And then people just started like cooking him like, bro, you literally are the community. Like you have like 380K subs and you're talking about how like every other unit that's released is just terrible and they're awful. Right. It's like no one like dude, like after a while, it just becomes like I can feel my enjoyment being taken away. So I'm just like, I can't take it anymore. I'm all right. Like it stops being fun. Right. It's just
even if you like agree with it, like if it's just very negative. For example, there was this one YouTuber, I forgot what his name is. Hero Hey. He talks about like nonsense news that's happening in like the anime community, people getting angry on Twitter and stuff. I like what he does, but I don't want to subscribe to him because I don't want to see that in my subscription feed. I don't want to know what stupid thing people are saying on Twitter. If I find that out, I find it out on my own, but I don't want to be bombarded with it.
I feel you. Yeah, it's you feel like you're like feeding into the negativity, right?
Yeah, it's just I can see like a thumbnail and title and it'll just like ruin my day for the moment. Like, man, people are so stupid.
Mm-hmm. It's a slippery slope. I tell you what though, I am so glad we're in the era of like clickbait anime and manga stuff. Dude, these panels, like these like thumbnails are so
I used to
wild.
fall for them. I fell for them one time actually.
But there was one, it was like Naruto had like the Sharingan or like the Rinnegan, like just crazy off the wall stuff. There was like the meme of like Goku like getting like some angel pregnant or something. Like just like those like dude, there's like crazy wild thumbnails. There's like one, it's like Mahoraga like with that like absorbs Sukuna or something. Like just real wacky stuff. Like it gets views.
I gotta call this one guy ACS. Mm-hmm. That man will post fake Jujutsu Kaisen leaks. Because I saw this one, I was wondering what was Yuji's arm. So I was looking for leaks, and this person was talking about all this stuff. He said Gojo's gonna come back to life. Yuji's arm is gonna be showing. I got this powers. I was like, that's just not true. These look fake. The chapter came out. I went to my history to look for those videos. There were 3 of them. All of them were deleted. I was like, bro, this man is a fraud.
Yeah,
And he has
dude.
so many subs too, like
Oh yeah.
28K or something. By
Oh yeah,
making
bro.
fake leak videos. I don't know if he's trolling or not, but I'm like, but why are you subbing to him?
You don't understand. It's so easy to lie on the internet, bro. Like people have been doing it for years, right? But dude, there is so much like false information out there that people just don't vet. And there's so many. A lot of it's kids, right? That just like they just fall for anything. Oh, Gojo's coming back next week, woo! And they have a panel that's like clearly edited or something, and they're like, oh, this is real, this is real. I saw it, and they'll like blur it or like make it like super grainy, so like it seems like someone took it on their phone or something. And it's just like, bro, these like critical thinking skills. We gotta use them, people. We gotta use them. I promise you.
I don't like those people because like you're just deceiving people for no reason. Like, is it a joke? Is this supposed to be funny? Are we supposed to be in on the joke, or are you literally just trying to get views and you're doing like whatever it takes by any means necessary?
I don't know, buddy. I don't know. It's I don't know. I mean, like it. So check it out. So let's look at it from a business perspective, right? So if I am a content creator, right, and I need to maximize my engagement, I'm going to say something absolutely preposterous. I'm gonna say something that's absolutely just does not make any sense. You're gonna click on this, you're gonna be like, what are you talking about? Or I'm gonna have something that's like, oh wow, this is really cool. I didn't think about this. Oh wow, Kenjaku and Gojo's body, but it's a real allegedly. Oh, I gotta see what that's about. Or oh, Kenjaku and Gojo's body, that's ridiculous. I gotta click on this video because it's not real. It's like stuff like that. It's just like it. It's so frustrating because like we try to quote unquote do it the right way. It's so like there's somebody I'm sub to or that's sub to me and I sub to them back, and I look at their content and they have like about 20 times as many subscribers I do, and their content just like sucks. And I'm not saying that like I'm like the apex or
They
pinnacle
want you
of
sub to
content.
them.
Because out of a
This ain't Twitter, bro.
out of a not respect. What's the word for it? I can't think of the word for it. But it's just like it was just kind of like I act of kindness, like you sub to me, I'll sub to you. We're both,
Yeah, this ain't Twitter.
small. Well, yeah, but I was like, we're both relatively small content creators. It's not gonna hurt. But I'm just like, I'm looking
So
at it. I'm
relatively
like,
small, but you said he has 20 times the subs you have.
but 20K is still a small YouTube in the grand scheme of things.
Sort of. Yeah, I guess so.
Like as far as like YouTube clout goes, yeah. But like just like the content that they make, I'm just like, it's not interesting. Like they're just like reviewing a chapter, not really giving their opinions on it. They're just kind of just like regurgitating stuff. I'm like, I don't know if I rock with that. You know what I mean? But,
Yeah, I understand. Like the For Never World type content, chibi reviews,
bro, for never.
double for anime.
Is he still making content to this day?
For Never? Yeah.
Let me see actually, because I really like a meme on him and everything like that. But he used to be like he's an OG, right? As far as like anime.
Yeah, but he got stagnant. That's why he's still at 6 digits. He should be at 1 million with how long he's been on YouTube. But his content is so stagnant that he's just stuck at that area.
Yeah. Well, I remember he like got into it with like Sean Schemmel and much like
I remember that. Yeah,
Dragon
he
Ball
called him a
voice
weirdo
actor.
or something like that. Yeah, that's so dumb.
He's-
I don't know why B-list, A-list celebrities are beefing with like irrelevant people compared to them. Like, why would you do that?
Whoa.
Like, if a B-list celebrity got into a beef with me, I'd be looking at them like, what's wrong with you? I should be irrelevant to you. What are you doing?
Hey, bro, I'm that's content. That's free content, bro. I feel
I mean,
it.
no, it's good for me, but it's not good for them.
So
They look
hold on.
stupid.
So hold on, real quick. So number one, he changed his name to TIM Anime, but his @ is still the same @ for Neverworld. Bro, his channel is cooked. Bro, 5.5K, 9K, 4.4K. Bro, you're at 636K. Bro, what happened? Oh my God.
It's stagnation, bro. He didn't evolve. He didn't change his content. He stuck with what worked, and as the field was changing, he didn't change as well.
Yeah.
You can get 1 million quickly in the anime community. Have you seen Scamboli reviews? He blew up in like a year. He's already at 1 million. So if he can do that, what is For Neverworld doing? He doesn't also put that much effort because like he doesn't really edit his videos that much. He just kind of talks to a camera. He's not evolving with the times.
Yeah. I mean, also, like, I'm looking at his most popular videos. I mean, it's still that, that what we were just talking about, like the thumbnail, the hyper stylized, like fictional, like thing. It's like this like third one is like, it's like Obito and like Zetsu coming out of his head or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. The clickbait. Yeah. It's like a Naruto and like Jiraiya's outfit, whatever. Or like this like edited Boruto panel with like blood on him or something like that. It's like, yeah. Or like, oh my God, not. Like, this was like when Battle of Gods was coming out. It was just like this weird looking Super Saiyan 7 thing. I don't. Oh yeah, Super Saiyan Blue Gohan.
5,000 videos too, bro. That's
5,000 videos. Oh, I didn't even see that. Oh, 5.9K. That's crazy. What was his oldest video?
You have to make quality content, bro. You can't just keep putting out the same thing if it's not making you grow.
Yeah. That's wild. Wow. Dude, that's my thing with like YouTube, right? Is I obviously it would be nice to like be similar to like a Markiplier or something like that. Hold on. Someone replied to me under my comment. World building being one of Naruto's strongest points is an insane statement. Are you serious?
It's one of those myths that are popularized. I even made a video on it because people they just hear an opinion and it gets repeated so many times that they believe it's true.
No, I'm being serious when I say that one of Naruto's strongest things is world building. Do you disagree?
No, I made a video talking about how Naruto's world building was great and that it should not be called trash.
Oh, like okay, yeah. I was confused. I was like, what? Yeah, what?
I remember I had a conversation with some guy in real life, and he was like, Naruto's world building is just not that good. It's kind of crap. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, what are you talking about? He was hyping up One Piece. I'm like, oh my gosh, this man just has the generic opinions. Doesn't actually put thought into him.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. I was actually going to make a video responding to your Naruto Part 2 is underrated. I never got to finishing that video. So
go ahead.
So
I've never had someone respond to my videos.
I got you, buddy. But no. So why do you think the Naruto Part 2 is underrated?
Because I feel like a lot of people call it. A lot of people are always like part two is where it fell off, or part 2 is just not as good as part 1. And when I reread it, I was like, part 2 has a lot of things that I did not appreciate, because before I just kind of looked at it and I was like, I don't like it, or it's not as good as part 1. It's not doing the same things as part 1. But then when I reread it, I was like, they have a lot of things that's really good. Like they have minimalism. They focus on the story. They don't like, it's like, kind of like the reverse of JJK, because JJK is just a lot of fights with barely any plot. But the beginning of part 2 was just a lot of plot with like barely any fights. And it kind of depends on what kind of taste you're looking for. Because I thought the plot was good. I thought they had some great character development. Like they would have arcs where one character, like the Sai arc, the Tenchi Bridge arc. I remember I used to hate that. But that entire arc is basically Sai's character arc. And I thought that's actually really good writing. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I thought that there were a lot of things that I found disappointing initially, but then I learned to see the beauty in it. And then a similar thing happened with the Fullbring arc. Because Fullbring arc, I was like, there aren't that many fights. The fights suck. But then I stopped and I started thinking about it. I was like, you know what? This arc does have stuff that can be appreciated, and I think it's actually a really good arc.
I think the Fullbring arc is okay. I think it's okay. It's not my personal favorite.
If someone said it was their favorite, the best arc in Bleach, I could completely understand, because it's just written like a well-written story. It doesn't feel like just a battle manga. It feels like a really good mystery that has action in it.
Yeah, it's just it's that amnesia thing. It really pisses me off. It really annoys me.
Amnesia? No, I thought that was great. You mean when Tsukishima erased everyone's memories?
Replaced? Yeah, no, it's just annoying.
I thought that was amazing.
I could see why you could like it. It's just for a personal thing. It's annoying.
I mean, I don't like Amnesia in general, but that one, that's different.
Yeah, it's like he injected them into like their memories or whatever. Yeah, I get what you mean. But I don't know. When I was catching up to Bleach for the 1,000-Year Blood War, it just I don't know. The Fullbring arc was just like I was rushing through it, and then like the last couple of fights were kind of like like the Soul Reapers just easily just washed all of the
Byakuya was that's definitely a complaint I still have. Byakuya's fight was actually good. Everyone else was just a stomp.
exactly. Like
Renji didn't even
Ren-
pull out his sword,
exactly
bro.
Renji versus
Just barely
Jackie,
pulled
and
it
then
out.
like
Oh
Kenpachi
my.
one shot of that dude. I'm like,
Oh man.
yeah. I'm like, that ain't that. It felt like the end of an anime movie where like they gotta rush. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like they gotta like rush and like wrap it up real quick. All right, let's wrap it up. Like, we getting to 90 minutes. Let's go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. One Piece film scene.
Oof. Nah.
Those fights look good though, but it was kind of like that. They were
Naruto has a couple movies
fights.
like that, but actually, Guardians of the Crescent Moon Kingdom is actually my favorite Naruto movie. I feel like one of Lee's best fights is still that movie and Naruto Shippuden movie 1. I might make a video on the Naruto Shippuden movies at some point. They're mostly rubbish, but there's some good stuff in there.
I haven't watched a lot of them.
They're pretty good. I haven't watched the second one, and then I need to rewatch Blood Prison and whatchamacallit? Yeah. Road to Hokage or something? Road to Ninja?
Road to Ninja.
Yeah, what a
That
stupid
one
title.
was not good, bro.
What a stupid
I remember
title.
I was so hyped with the alternate universe. That movie was just
Bro,
boring.
Naruto multiverse, bro. Come on, bro. Gotta hop on that wave, bro.
No. We don't need that in anime. Got enough of that over here.
Yeah. I just. I don't know, but anyway, yeah. So I think I am about out of time currently. Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
Nope.
All right, cool. All right, you gotta do the outro. Do the intro.
All right. Thank you guys for coming out here and watching this video. Thank you for watching to the end if you made it that far. I've been Yume, and this has been Daffy. We'll see you all next time.
Yeah.